Good evening, you guys. Here in the middle of the night. But you guys got me so wound up, I can't sleep. So if you guys want to speak your mind, I'm going to speak mine. But you know what? I'm going to speak the truth. The Bible says the truth will set you free. You know, I'm getting tired of all this baloney that's going on, the hating that's going on. You know, and you say, well, the hating this and blaming it on that. Try examining yourself first, because who are you to cast the first stone? I want to say this. You know, I have nothing against Muslims. I have nothing against Jewish people. I have nothing against Catholic people, Protestant people, whatever. I have nothing against black people, white people, Asians, Italians, whatever. You know, we need to love one another, even as Christ has loved us. This is a commandment in the Bible. I'm not here to preach a sermon tonight, but I'm here to talk about some reality. And the reality I want to talk about is this. How can people have the cannolis to go out and change the world? Okay, I'm talking about fellow brother actors and actresses, and also the churches. Who are we, or who are you guys, to open up your mouth and protest against our president, okay, when yet you don't even have the guts enough to stand up for what's right here at home and try to fix the problems? You know, I'm the one that's always given the speeches about the way they run the mass film association here in Boston. You know, how they do things illegally. But I don't see you guys having the guts enough to protest over there, do I? I'm the only one that shows up and takes a stand against that. But yet, you guys are the first ones to condemn Trump, and he's a bad person. You guys are out there protesting, but yet, you know, you won't even stand up for what's right here at home, you know, in our backyards. And when it goes for the churches too, I'm seeing a lot of people, and I'm not knocking off churches or religion, because I have every denomination on my Facebook page, okay, including Muslims. I'm not knocking off color or race, because I have every color or race on my Facebook page, and I love each and every one of them. But the churches, on top of it, there's a problem, you know? I don't think we would be in half this mess that's going on right now if the churches would open up the doors to people who are hungry to find out about God, but yet the churches stick together in their own groups. Meaning that if you go and visit a church, they're not friendly towards you. They don't let you in the groups. They stick together in their own little cliques, and they don't want to help you find God. That's a big issue, you know? Hey, it doesn't matter what nationality you are, what race you are, or what religion you are, but if you got a quarter or a nickel, look on it. Look on the money. It says, "In God we trust." That's the problem. Nobody's trusting God anymore. And no churches are helping. I'm not saying that all of them are not helping, but the majority of the churches aren't helping the people find God when they're looking. Because if we had God in our lives, we wouldn't be making we wouldn't be doing that kind of stuff that's going on in the world. Because chances are, if you did have God in your life, you wouldn't be going out there killing your brother on the corner over something stupid. If the police had God in their lives, they wouldn't be shooting people, would they? If people had God in their lives, they would not be protesting against the president. I'm not saying that it's that there are no people that everybody there doesn't have God in their life. Don't get me wrong, because I'm sure there are. But who are we to go and change something way up there when we can't even change it right here? If you guys will excuse me 1 second, I'm going to grab something to drink, and I'm going to continue this. No president in history has ever been perfect. You guys show me a president in the United States or anywhere in the world that's perfect and never made one mistake. Show me, guys. I'm not saying that I agree with Trump, because there's a lot of things I disagree with. Okay? Just like you guys, there's a lot of things that you guys disagree with him, but yet he does have some good issues too. But if you want somebody that's perfect, okay, to run the world, then turn back to Jesus, because only God was perfect. Only God was perfect. I'm getting sick of all the hating, the violence. Okay, the president's in. You know what we should be doing? We should be praying for him. No matter what your religion is, pray for him. Pray for him, because only God can move into his heart to make the right decisions, not us. You know, if you wasted the time and energy as you do on Facebook or out in the world, okay, you know, protesting this and that, if you had that much amount of energy to change the problems at home, we'd be living in a better place. And I'm not talking about, oh my God, he's talking about Boston. I'm talking about anywhere in the United States. Or in the world, for that matter. You know? I know there's a group of actors, and I know a lot of people that watch this video, but they won't comment on it because they're afraid. But back to the actors and the actresses. I know you guys have the guts enough to go to all these protests, the women's movement and all this stuff, but yet when it comes down to, oh, we know somebody's doing something illegal, when quite a few of the casting agencies in Boston are doing stuff illegal, or they're doing stuff illegal on set, okay, we're not going to speak up because we're afraid. But yet you'll speak up, you know, to try to change something that you'll never be able to change anyway. Only God can change. But yet you should be working on the problems here. And to the church people, I know I'm going to get a lot of criticism on this, and you guys know I'm not talking about everybody, but I know there's quite a few on my Facebook page who have been over this before. Oh, you shouldn't be expressing your feelings publicly. You need to keep them hidden. Don't talk about the church. Don't talk about this. Well, let me tell you something. If the church people, okay, are putting as much time and energy as they are into posting negativity on Facebook as they were to showing somebody Jesus, the world will be a better place. So what am I trying to say here? To the actresses and the actors, take a stand for what's right here in your own backyard first before you try to move something up there. Because if there's corruption going on here, you'll never change the corruption up there until you change here, and then it'll take off like a chain reaction, and then it'll move over there and change. But you're like, okay, we know there's corruption here, but we're afraid. Okay, but you're not afraid to go over there and protest? But God forbid, if you had to stand up for something right in your own backyard, oh my God, it would be the end of the world. And to the churches too. Oh my God, we can't help those people. Oh my God, look at the new people, the newcomers that came to our church. Oh my God, don't say hi to him. Oh my God, don't allow him in our groups. Oh my God, don't let him come to dinner with us now, because he's new. She's new. Oh, they want to know Jesus? That's fine. Let them know Jesus somewhere else. Don't show them the way in our church. No. But yet those very same people are posting crap on Facebook that's hatred towards you and me and towards the world. When the time that they spend on the internet, okay, to find those pictures, to post up on Facebook, they could be on their knees and praying for this world and praying for our president. You never thought of that, did you? And maybe 10 years ago, those people that were hungry for Jesus and wanting to know more about this Jesus who was in your church, okay, and you totally rejected them, are the same people out there that are making decisions for the United States. And they're making poor ones. Why? Because you had the chance to show them the way where they could have been making spiritual decisions, but instead they're making evil decisions. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of people to unfriend me on Facebook, but that's okay, because my greatest friend is Jesus. My point is this: I'm not trying to knock off church, and I'm not trying to knock off me as an actor or my brothers and sisters in the acting. But if you got the guts enough to stand up and post something on Facebook, hatred towards one another, but yet you can't even try to make amends with your brother and sister or your neighbors or the people who you've offended, or try to change the film industry for a right thing, but you're too afraid. This goes to me too. But I'm not afraid. I'm here giving a speech. And I guarantee you, none of the actor people or actresses will have the guts enough to stand up and put something nice and say, I agree with you 100% underneath my video. And I guarantee you a lot of Christian people that are on my Facebook page, church people that are on my Facebook page, aren't going to have the guts enough to post something underneath this video and say, and I'm agreeing with you 100% that America needs Jesus. I'm not talking about switching religions. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that you have to go to a certain church or whatever, because the Bible doesn't have a list that says you have to be Catholic, you have to be Baptist, you have to be Assemblies of God, you have to be Episcopalian, you have to be Judea. The Bible doesn't say that, no. God doesn't have a list. Jesus says, trust in me, and you will be saved. It doesn't say trust in the church. So this goes for anybody and everybody who's listening to this. Why can't we all just get along? Because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people not accepting it for what it is. With this presidency, with what's going on in the White House, what's going on in the Senate. But like I said before, if some of those church people who are guilty, who never show these people to Jesus, guess what? These people are in our Senate now. These people are our president now. Think about that, church. You had your chance to show them Jesus, but you didn't. So I want to encourage you guys tonight. Two things. For the church, try loving one another. Try accepting the new people, because you don't know who's coming into your door, who really needs to hear a message from God and to turn it around, because they could be your future president in 4 years from now. And to the Screen Actors Guild people, my brother, fellow actors and actresses. Take a stand for what's right here. Take a stand. But no, oh my God, all the actors and actresses are going to do a walkout and protest against our president. Something we can't change. We can't change that. He's already in the White House. But you know what? We can't change the film industry in Massachusetts. But nobody has the guts enough to stand up, do they? Only me. And I'm not saying for the film industry to go away. You know, the $100 million in tax credits that Massachusetts gives out a year by the tax dollars, which I have $1 million worth of antique cars that I lease out on the movie set. But when was the last time you guys stood beside me? Okay? When I took a stand for something that was right. And they don't hire me. They hire somebody out of New York with cars. Why? Because I took a stand for what's right. But if I had enough power, like you guys do with this march and all this crap, we could change what's going on. The pay to play with the casting agencies, which is against the law, which LA took away. You should not have to pay to have a job. In addition to that, you should not be discriminated against either to have a job as an actor or an actress. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, it's always the same people, it's always who you know. Why don't we take a stand, put the energy that you guys are out in Washington, going to Washington or on these marches and stuff, put the energy in that to change the film industry. So we can all work together in peace. But no, we can't because we're afraid. If you get 100,000 actors from Massachusetts walking out and protesting for what's right, something will change. You guys don't have the guts enough to do that, but you'll have the guts enough to cut down our president, which we can't change. And churches, same to you guys. Oh yeah, I'm a Christian, I love Jesus, but oh my God, I'm going to put this hatred thing against Muslims or this hatred thing against the president. Hey, isn't that written in the Bible? I think it's, don't get me wrong, because I'm not a super Christian. I'm still learning this. But isn't it written in John 3:16? In John 3:16 where it says, "For God so loved the world." It didn't say for God, for Jesus only loved the United States, or only loved the Christian people, not the Muslims. It said, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish but have everlasting life." It doesn't say, "For God so loved His friends." God so loved only the Christian people, only the Catholic people, only the Jews, only the Protestants, only the Assemblies of God, only the Baptists. No, it says, "For God so loved" what? The world. That doesn't say just for the Pentecostal people to believe. No. Doesn't say for the Baptist people to believe. No. Doesn't say for the Muslims to believe. Nope. Doesn't say for the Catholics, for the Judeans, to anybody. It says that who, meaning anybody, for whosoever believeth in Him should not perish but have eternal life. Jesus loves us all. So start acting like Christians, folks. Love one another. I don't care if you're black, you're white, if you're purple, if you're yellow. Jesus died for each and one of us. So if you got something to say against an African American or a black person, then you need to stop it now. You got something to say against a white person, you need to stop it now. You got something to say against a Muslim, you need to stop it now. We need to love one another, even as Christ has loved us. It's a commandment. I'm getting tired of this stuff. I love each and every one of you guys. I don't care what color you are. I don't see color. Neither does Jesus. Because when we get to heaven, there's going to be all kinds of nationalities, colors, everything. Tall, short, fat, skinny, black, white, purple, Chinese, Italians like me. Doesn't matter. We all got to start thinking like that. Black lives matter, white lives matter, people's lives matter. All lives matter, because Jesus died for every one of us. And we should have that attitude, that all lives matter. Let's all come together as one. Show the people that need Jesus. Spend your time and energy, instead of posting negativity about stuff, go out there and try to find somebody that's homeless and help them out. Show them Jesus. Or the generation that's watching this as kids and as teenagers, because they're going to be our future presidents and our future senators. Church, show them Jesus. Accept him. I've been to 1,000 churches in my state of Massachusetts, and I tell you, the most unfriendliest people I've ever met. But you know what? I still believe in God. And I wonder if Trump ever had that experience as a kid. Going to church, and the church didn't accept him. And look at it now. Look who's your president. If you had shown him when he was a kid, Jesus, maybe he wouldn't be this mess that we're in right now. So think about that, church. Actresses and actresses, if you took a stand for what's right, maybe you would have more work coming into Massachusetts. Instead of one call a year. Oh, I value that one call a year on the movie set than I do to speak up for what's right. But yeah, you can speak on the corner for what's right down on the corner, right? For what you think is right, trying to get the president out of office, but yet you can't even fix your own problems here at home. I'm going to leave you guys with this. This is what I want to see. I want to start a movement. Okay? You guys starting this movement with protests and stuff? Why can't we start a movement? Start a movement with love. Why don't we start the love movement? Where we love one another. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what nationality you are. Why don't we start a movement of love? Because that's what the world needs. They need Jesus and they need love. If you turn your back away from God, He's going to turn His back away and pour out His wrath. And that's what's happening, because the United States, that once is printed on the money, that still is, in God we trust, but look at what's happening. Because you want to go out and change there, but yet you can't even change here. You need to change here first before you go out there and change out there. I'll leave you with one last Bible verse. It says this in the Bible. I don't care what Bible you use, I know it's in there. Okay? And you'll find it in the Catholic Bible, you'll find it in the Protestant Bible, you'll find it in whatever Bible you have, the Jewish Bible, any Bible. It says this: greater is He that is within you than that of the world. Meaning what? Meaning greater is He that is inside you. Think about that. Greater is the person that has Jesus inside them than the people in the world. On that note, I love you guys. Show some love tomorrow. I don't care what you do. Do me a favor, show love, because I'm tired of this whole non-love thing. I love you guys. That's my speech. Churches, accept people for who they are, because you never know who's going to be your future president or future senator if you want to avoid a disaster that's going on now. Film people. If If you want to stand up for what's right out there and make a change out there, then fix the problems here at home first. And don't be shy about it, because you're not shy out there on the front lines protesting and causing riots and stuff, are you? Have a good night, you guys.